So I wanted to do a quick review of the Bivystick, which is, I mean, we would call it a GPS tracker, although actually it uses the Iridium network, but I won't get too picky. So look, I just want to walk you through some of the features on this that make this such a great little item for people that are out backpacking or running out in the countryside. Effectively what you've got here is kind of a bolt-on that you would use with Bluetooth. So it's got Bluetooth on it to hook up to your smartphone. So we're assuming that you would take your smartphone with you. And what this does is it links up to your smartphone via a really nifty app that works really well, and basically boosts your phone to becoming a GPS tracker, locator, satellite messenger, that kind of thing. So if you're out in the wilderness, you've got a number of features here to help you out. Now, its two biggest competitors, the kind of the Spot X and the Garmin's, I think this is actually going to give them quite a bit of a run for their money, and there's a couple of things that I think this has got a real advantage over. The first thing is that once you've got this turned on, and I think you can see at the moment there's a little green light flashing on and off, which means it's got a signal. You hook this up super easily to your smartphone, and now your smartphone is effectively a super big screened GPS unit with maps and that kind of thing on it. And the app that they have allows you to download maps quickly to see where you are. You can send or receive text messages using this. So even if you don't have a mobile phone signal or any kind of data signal from your phone, this will allow you to send or receive a text anyway via the Iridium network that it's using for the positioning system. Obviously, as a tracker, it will also allow you to share your location as well, just like a standard tracker, and you can do that either actively, so you can ping someone via the app on your phone to say this is my exact location at the moment, or you can do it passively, where every 10 minutes or so it'll send out a ping to a website and to people that are following you just to see where you are. One of its biggest advantages over its competitors from Garmin or Spot is the fact that there's no monthly fees with this, which I think is great. So if, like me, you can go for a couple of months without needing a GPS tracker and then suddenly you do need one, the great thing about this is you just buy credits as you go, and then they just sit on your account until you need to use them. So there's no commitment to a monthly plan, and you don't have to keep cancelling a plan and starting it up again. Just like most other trackers, you've also got an SOS facility on this as well, and you can also via the app use, even with no data or no mobile phone signal, get a 3 or 7 day weather report, which I think is super helpful if you're up in the mountains. The app itself, as I've mentioned, is really good. I've put some screenshots of the app on the blog review. There's a link in the description on the video. But one of its real party features, which I really like, that I think sets it apart from the competition, is the fact that you can plug, obviously you can plug a standard USB cable in here to recharge it, but you can also plug a USB cable in here and use this entire thing as a power stick. So it's got a 5200 milliamp battery built into it, which you can also use to recharge your phone or recharge your head torch or recharge other things that you're using out in the wilderness. And I really like that as a feature. That's something I haven't seen from other trackers from Garmin and Spot. And even better, it's not relying on batteries as well, so you can recharge it yourself if you get somewhere that's got power. So that's a real bonus, and that's something I think is really useful because it saves me having to carry a separate charger pack as well. So that's really cool. The unit itself weighs about 7 ounces, so it's reasonably, you can see size-wise in my hand what sort of size it is. It weighs 7 ounces, but if you bear in mind that you might now not need to take a charger pack with you because you've got effectively the equivalent of 2 mobile phone chargers in this as well, you can see that actually it's pretty good. And then it's IPX6 for its splash proofediness. So I would say if it's on the outside of your backpack and it's this way up, I'd say it's probably resistant to rain, but I wouldn't say it was resistant to full immersion in water. The cap on the bottom here plugs in pretty firmly, I have to say, and I took it out in the rain and it was fine. Battery wise, if it's doing a ping every 10 minutes, it's good for about 400 hours, which again is absolutely superb and certainly better than the Spot Gen tracker that I absolutely loathe that I reviewed on a previous video. And then obviously it connects itself via Bluetooth, and you can adjust how often it updates and that kind of thing. So there you go, that just gives you a kind of brief look. I've put a link to the cheapest place to buy it online in this video as well, And if you like the videos and the reviews and you're into outdoor kit, you might want to subscribe to the videos as well. But there you go, that just gives you an overview of the Bivystick. For me, you know, the big competition here is the Garmin's and the Spot trackers. This has two advantages, I think, over those. The first one is that you can recharge your phone off it as well, which I think is great. The second one is that you're not committing to a monthly contract, which makes me very, very happy. And actually the third thing is, I think the network that the Spot trackers are on, the Global Star, is terrible in the US. And I've been around New York State and Connecticut with it and had no signal, whereas the Bivystick runs off the Iridium network, which the satellites are much lower, which means you get a much stronger signal. And I found this worked absolutely brilliantly. Even when I took it out in New York State into the High Peaks wilderness, I still had a perfect signal. So great little product, good little price, basically turns your smartphone into a super duper tracker. So there you go.